Greetings and salutations. My name is Chance Kelly, and this is Video Ghoulash. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about the best candles of 2024. This guy's opinion. Before we get into all that though, just a little house cleaning. Number one, Video Ghoulash lives on. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to keep this channel going. Just going to do candle reviews here, and I'll probably do my new series, Cinewax here, where I pair candles with movies. So kind of like a movie recommendation and a scent recommendation, which was, honestly, that was the initial seed that I had of an idea to start this channel. So it's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to doing that. Not sure when I'm going to start that up, but that's coming. So second order of business. I just noticed that. Second order of business is that I love making my videos cinematic, and I don't know, it's part of the love I have for doing this channel in the first place. But I'm really busy this year. I've got some serious irons in the fire, and I'm not going to be able to do as many videos. So I wanted to compensate for that. I'm thinking I'm going to do lives. I'm going to do a lot of lives. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to do one a week, but I may do like a couple a month. That way I can just, do my thing here without having to spend an inordinate amount of time shooting videos and uploading them and editing them and uploading them again and all that jazz. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do some lives, and I think I'm going to start that this Friday. Yeah, the 28th of February. We'll concentrate on Witch Nose Candle Company. Yeah, that feels right. Witch Nose Candle Company, Video Ghoulash Live, February 28th. Friday, I will figure out a time. I will post it here. I will post it on the Instagram. All right, let's get to it. The best candles of 2024. Of course they're going to be creepy. This is Video Ghoulash. Look, not everything on like a best of list for me is going to be creepy, but most of it will be. This year, it might be all of it. I'd like maybe to go back and do 2023 as well. Maybe even continue that, going back and doing some best ofs. Maybe, we'll see. Anyway, best of 2024. This was tough. I curated this list. It took me a minute to do it. A lot of good stuff got released this last year. Enough stalling. Let's just get to it. I'm going to do a couple runners up. So the runners up, I've got notes down here, by the way, on this little laptop, so I'll be looking down here and reading. But Ghost Beach by Lunar Light Company. I am in love with this fragrance. It says Ghost Beach is a mysterious and alluring blend that transports you to a warm, misty shore late at night. It's a balanced fragrance that features notes of ocean sea salt, moss-covered driftwood, lying on a bed of beach grass, and warm amber sand. You've got sea salt, driftwood, moss, beach grass, amber sand, and black musk as the notes. This is, I have such a soft spot for coastal horror, seaside horror, H.P. Lovecraft. And this is a really wonderful scent. It's amazing. It's like any other year, this is hitting top 10. And same with the next one. It's just been such a good year for fragrances and candles. So next runner up is October Night. Again, the Lunar Light Company. This thing is a spicy. It's a spicy mama. Yeah, it's really good. October Night is a spooky autumnal blend that will transport you to Sleepy Hollow. You see the brightly burning grin of the Headless Horseman in the distance, engulfed in a swirling foggy mist. Clove and black cedar wood top notes blend with oak, apple, dried leaves, little hints of pumpkin flesh. This fragrance is very dark and earthy with touches of autumn. It is, man. That says it. Notes on this are clove, black cedar, oak, dried leaves, pumpkin flesh, and apple wood. Applewood's a pretty good, strong fragrance in here. The pumpkin flesh, though, rounds this thing out. It's another knockout fragrance by Alex over at Lunar Light Company. October Night. So those were my runners up, Ghost Beach and October Night. again, like, I think they would make the top 10 any other year. So let's get into the top 10. Coming in hot at number 10, we've got Dark Carnival by Witch Nose Candle Company. This thing is wild. This is such a crazy scent. And I am absolutely in love with it. Let me just tell you, like, the notes, okay? The notes on it are buttery popcorn, candied apples, sour lime lollipops, a fog of smoked cedarwood, and black licorice clouds. When you smell it out front, you're going to get the sour lime and a candied apple. It feels like a sharp apple. And the black licorice clouds. These are the things that hit me out front. And it's laying on a gorgeous base of smoked cedarwood. The smoked cedarwood's almost like a char. It's like it has a char. It's like if you burned a piece of cedarwood in a campfire and you put it out before it was done burning, and you come back and you're smelling a cold but burnt cedar and some of the smoke from it, kind of like a cold fire vibe. This thing is amazing. It is like a haunted ghost carnival. So intriguing, in fact, that I what would I call it? Like an aromatic inspiration? Yeah. This is an aromatic inspiration to a novel that I'm writing, actually. Anyway. I didn't think I was gonna dig it, man. When I first smelled it, I was like, this doesn't work. Honestly. I first smelled it, I was like, this doesn't work. And I burned it. And I was just mesmerized by the thing. And I kept thinking about it. So I had to burn it again. And it has become one of my absolute favorite candles. And it gives you that creepy, haunted, ghost, dark carnival vibe. It's crazy. I'm in love with it. I've burned it a lot. It's over halfway gone. Which, Melissa, Chris, I don't know if there's any way that I can get another one of these. But if that's possible, let me know. I will grab it right away. Dark Carnival, number 10 on the best 2024. All right, so number 9, which reminds me, if I would have done like another runner-up, probably would have been Enchanter's Spell by Yankee. That was the only Halloween candle they put out this year that was new, and I'm not a floral guy. I've said this before, and that thing is a rose. It's like a haunting rose forward scent, and I really liked it. Why is that relevant to number 9? Because number 9 is Stranger Things, The Demogorgon by Bath and Body Works. This is black orchid petals, spicy cedarwood, and dark patchouli. Now the whole... Damn, it's good. The whole line, the second line of Stranger Things stuff was great. All of it was great. But this is something special. You get this stunning, dark, spicy black orchid scent, and it's got this charred sort of smooth patchouli resonance. It's a dark patchouli, right? And it's kicking up from a base of cedarwood, and I'm talking like that mauve brown, beautiful colored heart that is cedarwood. That smell, if you break open cedar and you smell that mauve brown heart of cedarwood, that's what you get in here. The blend on this thing is incredible. Don't get me wrong, this is a black orchid floral scent. Number 1, this thing is so good, it made me revisit my entire outlook on florals and start looking at how many of actually my favorite scents include pretty strong floral elements in them. So yeah, it's black orchid forward, black orchid petal, so the actual flower, right? Forward, and it's got this like floral decay about it, and this whiz crack pungent smash of that dark patchouli. It's like resinous and nectar-like and really beautiful. dark patchouli. It's also like kind of a grungy patchouli, yet it's somehow smooth and really nice. The dark patchouli that Bath & Body Works uses in this is it's a phenomenal fragrance by itself, but mixed with the black orchid, mixed with the heart of the cedar wood that has that pepper smash spice punch floating around in it. Yeah, I love this thing, man. The Demogorgon, number 9 on the best of 2024. All right, so number 8. Carnage. Yeah. What's to say about Carnage that I haven't already said? Maybe a couple things. What's Carnage? Top notes are minerals, red apple, and iron. Mid notes are metallic accord and black rose. Base notes are dark patchouli, timber silk, and clear wood. So, the legs on this thing are incredible. Like, it's got a kick butt throw. It hangs around, but this thing has a quality about it that I would say is transmogrifying. Yeah, why not? Let's use a $3 word. Transmogrifying. It doesn't just change like from burn to burn. It changes while you're burning it. You'll smell kind of like a sharp iron and almost like a caustic, effervescent mineral thing. Timber silk, the wood. Sometimes you get this dank kind of I don't know, like a dank sort of cement, watery smell, but it's pleasant. I'm not kidding you. The more you burn this thing, my girlfriend came in the room, and let me tell you, she's somebody who smelled it and was like, nah, no thanks. She came in the room one day and was like, man, that smells really good. What are you burning? And I just went. She was like, no way. I said, yeah. She's like, wow, it's really, really good. I said, I know. Carnage by Kringle Candle Company. Yeah, hitting number 8. I will say this too. This was a low seller, I think. It took a long time to sell out. I know it's sort of a niche candle, not for everybody. But I will tell you now, I think this is going to be like Dungeon. I think this is going to be a candle that in years to come, people are going to beg Kringle to bring back. I'm glad I've got a few backups, and I might hunt down a couple more, because this thing is incredible. Incredible. And if you want to see my full review on it, go check it out. Go check it out. Kringle Candles, Carnage, coming in at number 8. And Lucky 7 belongs to Alex over at Lunar Light Company. I'm talking about Witching Hour. This was a new Halloween scent that she released. It's like a graveyard dirt. God, like dirt scent. Let me read what she says. It says, the witching hour is about to begin. Dried leaves and dark woods mingle with crisp musk, cold stones, smoke, and chilled autumn air. And it's that dried leaves and it's smoke and vetiver, okay, vetiver, and corn husk, and soil and musk. Those are the notes on Witching Hour, and this thing is so freaking good. It's so good. I'd say it's like a little drier of a soil, but still some dampness to it. It's more of a drier soil scent. It's got all of the depth and spectrum that you can imagine by the notes that I just read off to you. I get the soil out front and a grassy, sour corn husk and a rooty, earthy vetiver before you get to just sort of like a haunting, a little bit of smoke and a gorgeous, dusty, like dead leaf smell. Like that smell of a bed of dead leaves that's long dead on a dry autumn day. It's amazing. It's awesome. It goes beyond just kind of like your typical soil scent. This thing has a personality of its own. It's complex, yet I think it's probably just a great blend. It's an incredible blend of all of the right things. maybe one of my favorite things that Alex has ever done in Lunar Light Company, and she's done some awesome stuff, so that's saying a lot. That I'm in love with Witching Hour. It's coming in at number 7 on my best of 2024 candles and fragrances. Number 6, and I do believe there's a candle of this coming really soon, by South of Sanity, Halloween Bonfire. If you've seen this channel, you've heard me go on and on about this. Halloween Bonfire, the best like smoke bonfire, cold, dead fire scent with all the mystique and magic and essence of Halloween night. I've talked about my my personal connection to this fragrance as we do bonfires a lot of times on Halloween, and I'm always the last one out. I go back out and I check to make sure the fire's out, and it's cold and it's Halloween night and it's close to the witching hour, if not the witching hour or past it, because we throw down we throw down on Halloween. But I'm out there by myself and I'm smelling a cold dead fire and the smoke and the char and the essence of autumn and Halloween bonfire. Scent notes are listed as bonfire smoke, charred cedar wood, and warm leather. Yeah, this has a crazy thing where it's could be warm, could be cold. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say about this thing. And it's only at number 6. That's how awesome 2024 is. But this is an all-time favorite. South of Sanity, Halloween Bonfire, a must-have. A must-have. Alright, we're about to crack into the top 5. And the coffee's gone. Top 5. At number 5, Winterbone by Witch Nose Candle Company. Winterbone is inspired by the legend of the Wendigo, a cannibalistic spirit that can overcome and possess human beings during subjection to extremely dire circumstances such as starvation whilst frozen in the clutches of winter. It can strike from within or without. The warmth and light from a wood fire may offer the last chance of safe harbor from its grisly bite. Just don't let the fire go out. Winterbone was in the Witch Nose Candle winter line. Notes are birch and hickory woods, smoke, leather, and winter mint. This is an incredible scent. Winterbone is intriguing. It is all of the things that it claims to be. It also reminds me, I think Virgil said this too, it reminds me of a Halloween costume from the 80s. The smell of the vinyl and the plastic, like a vampire cape, or like the Ben Cooper. My very first Halloween, I was a vampire, and I had a vampire cape made out of this plastic, vinyl, whatever it was, and this vibes that way too. So it brings that to the table for me, which is amazing. The witch knows how to blend. I'm telling you, this is like the definition, I would say the definition of an incredibly blended candle. I told you the notes. They're all there. I love the smoke. I love the leather. I love the woods, the hickory and birch, and the winter mint. The winter mint in here, it's there's nothing sweet going on, guys and gals. There's nothing sweet going on. It's like a raw mint, and it gives it that punch of cold, that cold into your bones. The bite of it, the woods that mix into this, I don't know, like it's a dark magic concoction. It's folkloric. And it has that essence, that frigid, wendigo, dark, malevolent, evil essence. This is an incredible candle. This is like one of the reasons I love aroma. It does all of these things. It brings you this nostalgic Halloween feel, at least to me, because of the connection of like a Halloween costume. But then it's all of those things in the story about the Wendigo and the cold and the frigid and the folkloric evil, all contained in here. It's one of my favorite scents, maybe of all time. Coming in at number 5, Winterbone by Witch Nose Candle. Coming in at number 4 is Black Pumpkin by South of Sanity. This is an incredible scent. I did a review on this before. You guys can go check it out. What do I have to add to this? First off, let me add the story, because I love the story on Virgil's website, which actually tells you a lot about this. An ancient pumpkin seed was planted long ago in an old cemetery. Vibes, right? And it's there. It has laid dormant for years, waiting on the right nourishment to emerge, as strong as it once was. A car of partygoers pass by and they throw a piece of black licorice candy out of the window. The seed shoots its vines out of the ground and they twist tightly around the black candy. A black pumpkin slowly emerges from the earth, breaks free from its vines, and now it's time to feed. You can visualize that, right? That's like an 80s movie, man. Like you're there. This thing has this gorgeous black licorice, cloudy, vaporous feel around this pumpkin. The pumpkin is like, it's almost like pumpkin meat. It's creamy. The vanilla. I don't know that I have a lot, again, to add to this, other than once you burn it, once you melt it, which I do believe a candle's coming soon. I was lucky enough to have a candle tester of this. Once you burn it and melt it, you crave it more and more and more. And it's, at least for me, Black Pumpkin has entered this rarefied territory of representing the season. There's not a lot of scents that I'm like, when I melt it, I'm like, that's Halloween. There's a lot of Halloween scents out there, but do you get me? Rarefied territory of actually representing the season. When I put on this, when I put on Trick or Treat by Goose Creek, this is on that same level of being representative of Halloween to me. And it's a rarefied territory, man. And that's what makes this number 4 on my list, Black Pumpkin. It's absolutely amazing. South Sanity Candles hit number 4 there. Number 3, Goose Creek out here, quietly releasing a Mount Rushmore Halloween fragrance in Black Candy Apple. I skipped this on my first order. I just kind of ordered Witch's Cauldron and Trick or Treat, some of like the ones that I always get. This is a Mount Rushmore. This to me goes on the Mount Rushmore Goose Creek with Witch's Cauldron, Trick or Treat, Black Candy Apple belongs there. Pumpkin Patch, this belongs there on the Mount Rushmore of Goose Creek Halloween. It's amazing. The notes on this are green apple, molten caramel, toasted coconut, and creamy vanilla. So again, you read the notes, you go, so what? It's the blend. Number 1, it's the blend. The blend is perfect. The toasted coconut, I've talked about toasted coconut before. It's this helper note that can give you this savory, buttery, toasty quality. But then the sweetness of the coconut is rich and almost creamy. It makes the vanilla in this almost seem like a creamy frosting. The complexity and blend of this thing keeps it from like being saccharine. And it's got a little sour punch of that green apple. It's an incredible thing that, like, again, so I skipped it. And I wrote this down, and I'm just going to read you what I wrote. In the story for this candle, because when they do scent notes at Goose Creek, they don't tell you the whole story. It's kind of just sort of a broad thing. They don't tell you the details like other candle companies. Here's the top, here's the mid, here's the base. But in the story, it mentions a couple of curious things in the story about Black Candy Apple. It mentioned something I can't remember about a black toasted coconut. There's something subtle here. Something spooky that's not present in the notes. I feel like the black could be maybe like a touch of like gooey char. I don't know. There's just something else in here that takes this up to another level. Black candy apple. And I haven't been terribly impressed with their Halloween stuff lately. I feel like they're not trying anymore. But then they do stuff like this. And they do stuff like the Beetlejuice line, which, spoiler alert, didn't make any of my top 10, but that was an amazing line with some kick butt candles on there. So, kudos to Goose Creek. Please keep your Halloween heart. I miss the days where Goose Creek was doing just epic Halloween releases. This is a throwback to that time. Black candy apple. If they bring it back next year, don't miss it. But yeah. Number 3, black candy apple. All right, y'all. We're at the top 2. Top 2. Where are we at? Number 2. Through the Veil by Witch Nose Candle Company. I'm going to read to you what they say. The scent represents the places we visit and are the things that we do to commune with the spirit realm. A walk through a cemetery, a brief respite in an old, empty church, just simply sitting and gazing into a quiet body of water are some examples of how, when, where we may be able to lift and pierce or reach through the veil. Transports you to a liminal place where ghosts may gather. That's beautiful. The notes are damp earth, ozone, Palo Santo, frankincense, and myrrh. The frankincense and myrrh doesn't escape me, being in the scent notes, by the way. How do I explain this? This is the scent I always wanted. This is dark, deep, earthy, damp soil and strong ozone. Such a kick-ass ozonal quality to this. The Palo Santo, the frankincense, and myrrh, they're raw and resinous. They give it a grounding feel to this. But this, to me, this is on territory with Dungeon. Yet, I mean, maybe it goes above it. It's too different from it too, because it does have that gorgeous damp earth, but the ozone, like a storm. I grew up on the coast. I know what ozone smells like, and I've been around people who don't know what it smells like, and we go to the coast, and they're like, "God, what is that?" And I'm like, "That's a storm blowing in." The most pleasant version of that is in here, and I haven't really felt that get captured yet in a dark, evil kind of a way before. The only other ozone fragrance that I've smelled that comes close to doing the actual ozone thing is south of Sanity's Desert Thunderstorm, which is, man, that thing's awesome. Different vibe entirely. This, the earth. It almost feels like there's a moss in there, even though there's not. This scent is an absolute monster. It's natural and raw while being supernatural. It reminds me of like a fear cage, if you know what a fear cage is in a house, where you got that electrical ozone area where bad things can happen and weird feelings can exist. And maybe they're not just feelings. You can practically hear the grumbling thunder, man. I love this. This is number 2, best of 2024, and one of my favorite scents of all time now. So what could possibly come in at number 1 on the best of 2024 list after this amazing lineup? Pretty simple. Halloween Night by South of Sanity. Look, I can tell you the notes are damp woods, pumpkin, cold autumn air, clove, patchouli, and dry leaves. and all of that is there. But this is a genius blend where it's not about picking notes out, and it's not... I wouldn't call any of those notes the centerpiece note. This is a whole vibe. I've reviewed this before if you want to check it out. Go on back and check it out. But what do I have to add to this? All Hallows Eve magic personified in a fragrance. It's got a fertile doom about it. I once heard this described as the smell between houses when you're trick-or-treating. It's a presently familiar sort of a scent, yet it's nostalgic. I'm going to read what Virgil says about it because I think that's the final word on it, and it sums it up perfectly. You've been trick-or-treating all night. You decide to take a shortcut you've never taken through a wooded area to get home. There's a cool, crisp breeze blowing the autumn-colored leaves off the trees. Your footsteps alternate between crunching through these leaves and shallow puddles of water on the cement. There's a light drizzle of rain that chills the night air. You walk past a rock wall with illuminated jack-o'-lanterns, many of them, and you savor the smell. He says this is his most complex and conceptual scent to date. He just mixed a lot of different scents that related to Halloween for him and blended them until Halloween night emerged. And I'd say that this is a slice of absolute genius. You sorcerer, you alchemist, you wizard of Halloween, Virgil. I might even get crazy and say this is one of the most important Halloween fragrances ever made. Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to stand behind it. This is the number one top pick for me and the best of 2024. Hope you guys enjoyed my list. And like I said, there was a lot of stuff that didn't make it. Didn't even make it to runner-up that maybe another year it would have been in the top 10. Had a blast doing this. Again, I think I'm going to do some lives coming up. And just... convene with you guys a little more that way as opposed to doing the videos. So this Friday coming up, the 28th of February, I will figure out a time, maybe 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe. I'll throw that out there, but I will certainly post here and on Instagram to verify that. We're going to talk about Witch Nose Candles. We're going to talk about their Dark Romance collection that's sold out. We're going to just talk about all things Witch Nose Candles for that live. So I hope to see you there. Thanks for joining me. And as always, keep it creepy. I'll smell you later.